G'day everyone, it's me, the anti-theocrat, back for another one. Just a quick one. I'm going to read something I've posted. I've edited a little bit for the video, obviously. But this is something that really shits me up the wall, being a lifelong atheist. And I'd like to share this with you. Some of the theists out there may take joy in listening to this, because what can be better than an atheist attacking atheists, right? I'm not down on the principle of atheism, I'm just down on cultism. That's why I've called myself the anti-theocrat. Anyway, on that footing, I will give you something visually appealing to watch. Here we go. This is Puffin Billy up in the hills outside Victoria. So I'll leave you watching Puffin Billy, and I shall read on. Atheist League, a Facebook group. Another atheist one I've been booted from for wrongthink. Atheist League, in the thread I'm about to discuss, claim to be better than all those other atheist groups. So much more accepting. They posted about how many people were leaving Christian religions in America. Surely a reason for celebration, but for me it brings forth questions about what it is we atheists are actually seeking. And it's important that we discuss our own situations around these things, our own perspectives around these things. So, as is my style, I opened a conversation about cultism without naming a specific cult, holding to the discussion of believer mentality or theist think. Basically, the follower in all humans that is tempered by religious indoctrination into something far harder and more solid. A fellow I know by the name of Tom walked into the conversation, and he said I had a point. He also went on to name feminism and BLM as such cults. But at this point I stepped back in to explain what he meant, as they questioned his comment. I ignored the question about what point I'd made, because, well, I'd covered it when I made my point. Anyway, I explained calmly how feminism was a cult, that it had doctrines, and that it was not representative of women, and that at least three of the women in my life are anti-feminist. I then went on to explain that BLM was a political group trading on the words Black Lives Matter, but not actually representing that cause, and that its founders had explicitly come out and said that they were communist activists and trained as such. I said nothing but the facts as I know them. I kept it pretty vague as possible, because I didn't want to commit to anything at that point. But I've been here. I've been hearing these conversations. I know what happens next. I know where this goes. And so I didn't add any additional cults or any additional information. I made no judgments and added no additional cults to the list, as I just said. I simply explained, noting that they were in fact groups attracting cult followings in atheist circles. Now, atheism doesn't come with a doctrine. It doesn't come with a list of must-dos and must-don'ts. So any of these doctrines that are plastered on top, and I have to say at this point that atheism isn't the only thing that suffers this, but I'm not here to discuss Christianity and how many Christians are sucking the lifeblood out of their religions with these things. I'm here to discuss how atheism has had its lifeblood sucked out. So, yeah, that's why I'm here. Now, I put up a post about these discussions and how they go on my own Facebook page a day or two before, so excuse me for a moment while I take a tangent. This will work into the final product. I wrote, "There are two common responses from people who don't like what you said, but have nothing of their own to add to the conversation. The only thing that changes is which comes first, the laugh emoji or the abuse. If the abuse comes first, you address it. You address that, the emoji will come next. If you address the emoji, noting it's a common response from people with nothing to say, You may get a response, but if you do, it will be the abuse. Sometimes you can pick when to address the emoji or not by the nature of the topic. The emoji can be a perfectly good reason to just let it slip because there's nothing being said. Abuse or otherwise, it's just a fucking emoji. But the emoji does come attached with something. It's not just there out of nowhere. And yeah, so you can address it, but it could be the perfect walkout. The other variation may be a response proving that they had nothing to add. A comment about spelling or some line of doctrine they know. Nothing of any significant value. This is sometimes the case, but rarely. And it's rarely more than once before you're back into the cycle of emoji and abuse. Any response to that from you, and it's back to step one, use of the laugh emoji. I wish people weren't predictable, but this hasn't changed since the radical right were the people I were bothering. The radical left perform exactly the same way, right down to using almost exactly the same words. So, I was justified. I was entirely justified. At the time I first started writing this post, all I had in reply was insult and emoji. Not one word of counterpoint or question had been put forward. And then I was blocked. They followed the pattern I laid out just a moment ago twice. They used the smile emoji, the laugh emoji twice, and they abused me twice. Then I was blocked. These groups are predictable. It's ridiculous how predictable. And that's why why I wrote this long-winded post, this recollection of what had happened. So others could see and know what to expect, not only from atheist groups, but all other groups touched by cultism. And finally, as my footnote to this, if you find yourself laughing brainlessly in the form of an emoji at something someone wrote, that they've tried to put some effort into making a point and all you can think to do is the smile emoji, the laugh emoji, and then telling someone they're a poo-poo head or similar because you don't have any other point to make, you may be a cultist. Take care out there. Cults are dangerous. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. And that's it. That's my entire video for this one. I have nothing else to say. I probably should have given you the longer version of the Puffing Billy video, that's all. I'll try and put that somewhere else another day. That's me, the anti-theocrat, out for another one. I will see you in the next one. May gods remain fictional. See you then. Don't join a cult.